Hey everyone, my name's Peter and I'm on the development team for the Grow app. Today, I want to talk about one of our newest features on the Grow Numbers app called Groups. Groups is going to be a place where you and your volunteers and small group leaders can find out a little bit more about the students that attend your church. And so in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to use Groups. And it's just something I'm really excited about because I used to be a youth pastor, and this feature on the Grow Numbers app is going to really help grow your ministry. And so let's jump in. All right, so I'm on Grow Numbers on my computer. As you can see, I'm on the overview page, which shows attendance and a little bit more about students. But today for Groups, we're going to jump over to this left sidebar and click Groups. And this is going to be our Groups page. As you can see, I've created some small groups already. I got guys, 9th grade, girls, 9th grade. I got 10th grade small groups, 11th grade small groups, 12th grade small groups. I also have a worship team, a cafe team, and a greeting team. But when you first land on this Groups page, it's going to be blank. And so we'll have to add some groups. And so to add a group, you're going to go to the top and click Add Group. We're going to begin with title. So let's make a girls 8th grade small group. Awesome. And then next we're going to want to build that out. And so let's begin with the volunteer. I know Sam is the 8th grade small group volunteer for girls. So we're going to add her. And one of the things you need to know about volunteers is that they'll come with passwords, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But let's continue to build out this group. So I know Sierra's in there, and I know that Ashley's in there. And so we're just building this group out a little bit. You can add volunteers, you can add students at any point. You can also edit the group at any point by deleting students by clicking the X. You can delete the volunteer by clicking the X. You can delete the entire group by clicking the X right here. Now, one of the most important things about groups is the passwords that your volunteers are going to get. And so you'll pass this along to your volunteers so that they can access the students' information. But say the password gets out to other people, you can refresh this at any point so that they lose access to that password and no one else that got that password can get on to access students' information. You're also going to be able to delete that at any point so that if, say, Sam is not working for you anymore, she's not volunteering at church anymore, she loses access to the group and to the students' information. So by refreshing that, it just keeps this password safe and the students' information safe. And so let's copy this password, and we'll pass it along to the volunteer, to Sam in this case, via text or email, whatever is best for you. And once we've passed that code along, we'll jump onto the Grow Numbers app. Now, once you've created that group and have your password for your small group leader or volunteer, send that to them via text message or email. And once they receive that, they're going to go on the Grow app on their phone and add this to the groups section. So I'll show you how to do that next. All right, so now that you've given access to some of your small group leaders or volunteers to find out a little bit more about their students, they're going to go on their phones, go on the Grow app, and click on Groups. And that code that you sent them, they're going to type into this box, either type it in or copy and paste it, click Add Group. And as you can see, here's the 8th grade small group we just created with Sam being the volunteer and the rest of her students in this group. So as an example, let's look at Elaine. Here's some of her information, contact info, parent and medical info, more info, all the information that has been added from the database. And so one thing to point out is that the volunteer will not be able to edit any information on here. They'll have to come to you as the admin to edit and delete any information that needs to be changed. Now, the reason we don't want to give your volunteers access to update information on the Grow Numbers app via their phone is because the info is directly tied to the Grow Numbers database, and we want to make sure that the information stays protected and volunteers can't accidentally change or delete info off your database without you knowing. If they need to update something, they can ask you to update inside the Grow Numbers database for your ministry. If you go down to private notes, though, this will be a place where the volunteer or the small group leader can add some notes about the student. So let's say that Elaine is a point guard for modified basketball. Now, this private note that the volunteer has created will only save to the phone. It will not be on the database. It will not be added to Grow Numbers. It will just be added to this small group leaders or volunteers phone. So that will always be there for them to go back and look at. And so we're really excited for you guys to try out this new feature in the Grow Numbers app called Groups. If you guys have any questions, comment below, and we hope this helps your ministry. See you next time.